What's up, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to the TNR Sports Show, the newest preview edition of the TNR Sports Show. It's new. It's on Friday. It's Friday morning. We're waking up. You're smelling the roses. You're smelling your coffee in the morning, and you hear my voice, and you know it's Friday morning. It's time for TNR. We're going to do a little AMSR, Ryan, a little ASMR, a little sports AMSMR. I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. But what
Yeah,
we are going to do is talk sports. Ryan, what's up?
not ASMR.
Oh my God. You don't want to do ASMR?
Not a fan. No,
Oh
kind
my
of
God. Me either. I hate it. It's the
so
worst.
weird.
Yeah, it is strange. Yeah.
Oh,
Feels like something like Quentin Ewers can like when I'm by like in Ohio State. I'll never
Quentin
forget that
with this
kombucha thing.
kombucha.
Yeah, there's his kombucha. Yeah. Let me
kombucha.
make sure we're recording. I get paranoid now. I get paranoid after the last couple times.
Yes, there's a red
Hey,
dot.
hey, there's a red dot. Anyway, we're getting off track. Thank you for watching TNR Sports Show. Make sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends. We're covering football here. We're covering basketball. You're going to hear basketball content coming soon. You might have already heard it. I'm excited about that. Some NFL stuff, especially when the season rolls down with college football. Kind of in that December lull, we might do a little college football, NFL stuff maybe. So look out for that. I'm excited about all that looking into the future. We're going to keep trucking along. We're about to be back to good old faithful college basketball. So that's exciting. College basketball. I love it. It's good stuff. It's what this show was built on. It's foundation. And I'm kind
Sure.
of more into it this year. Me and Ryan actually have CFC. Well, I have CFC basketball tickets, and we went to last night. North Carolina played College of Charleston, and it was pretty exciting. So I'm kind of into more into college basketball now than I've ever been. I'm excited. I'm learning all the players. I think we're going to be more informed on college basketball than we were last year. I feel last year we were kind of shooting around the bush there, but I know what I'm talking about this year. I'm learning stuff every game. But I'm excited about it. So with that being said, let's dive into some football, shall we? We still got
Do it.
2 weeks left. 2 weeks. Next week's going to be weird because
Savor it.
Arkansas plays on Friday next week. I know I'm just a little preview for that. Might be more than one episode next week. Might be more than two episodes. You might
We
get
gotta talk
three.
about the Egg Bowl. That's gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
because
Egg Bowl.
you got a
Oh,
big matchup between Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Also, Ryan, six-way tie is still on, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah, the six-way. Nobody's talking about it because they're idiots. So it all lies this week. Everything lies in the hands of Arkansas and South Carolina, funny enough. So if Arkansas somehow manages to beat Alabama, which I don't know if that's going to happen, but if they manage to beat the Tide of Alabama, in Tuscaloosa, and South Carolina manages to beat Auburn, those are the two pieces that need to happen this week. And, it's possible. And then we trudge on to that last week where you would have to have almost the impossible of Auburn beating Alabama. And without Bo Nix, I don't know if that's possible. Maybe you'd have to catch Alabama slipping big time. I think Auburn having a look ahead game this week at South Carolina makes that all the more possible because they're thinking Alabama, 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 Iron Bowl, Iron Bowl, Iron Bowl. Everybody's saying, oh, Auburn might beat Alabama this year. This is the year. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So you'll know at about 7 o'clock on Saturday whether the six-way tie is still on because Arkansas has to beat Alabama for it to happen. So we get your six-way tie. Poor LSU's not going to be involved, but we'll get to it. First game, Arkansas versus Alabama. Ryan thought it was a 12 o'clock game. It's not. It's a 3:30 game. But we're going to go Arkansas, Alabama. Ryan, the line is -20 to Bama. That is so disrespectful. The over-under is 56.5. What do you think is going to happen in this game, Ryan? I see you picked Alabama.
Yeah. I, I feel like Alabama just has so much firepower. I just can't go
Oh my
against them,
God.
especially since it's in Tuscaloosa. I think if it was in Fayetteville, it'd be a bit of a closer game. And like if we had like a Fayetteville crowd like against Texas, like I'd be more inclined to say Arkansas would have a chance. Um, it's in Tuscaloosa. Bryce Young's been killing it. The Arkansas defense with what's his name? Willie Anderson. What is his name?
Mm-hmm.
Anderson. I can't remember his first name.
Yeah, I know
Anderson.
you're talking about the guy
Um,
that's really good for Alabama. Yeah,
yeah, he's killing it at linebacker.
yeah, he's one of the best players in the country.
They're
They're just
Arkansas
good,
is a
man.
strange team, or not Arkansas. Alabama's a strange team.
Yeah, they are.
Like they beat the team that maybe they should be playing close, like by blowout. And the teams that like maybe they should be blowing out, they play close. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I think this game will be closer than -20. I don't see that. I don't see
Being a
that.
thing.
I think it'll
You
be
don't think
maybe
they're gonna
a
blow us out?
touchdown, 10-point game. But I do think Bama wins.
The thing about this game that's interesting is the fact that I think one thing, if you look at anything, one thing that helped us, and I know this is going to seem crazy, most Arkansas fans, but if you think about it, that blowout loss we had at Georgia, we went into Georgia, we think we are high and mighty. We look at Georgia, everybody's like, oh, Arkansas, and we melted under the spotlight. The spotlight was on the Razorbacks, and we crumbled underneath it. We wasn't stand a chance. Now nobody's stand a chance against Georgia. They have blown out everybody this year.
Everybody.
But
But Clemson.
I think that, oh my God, that's true. Go Tigers. I'm wearing my Clemson stuff today, man of honor. The thing about the thing about that game, if you look at Arkansas now versus then, we've matured a lot. We've won games that were going to be tough spots, normally games that we lose. And two representative of that is Mississippi State and LSU. Arkansas a couple years ago would be losing those games. Normally, Arkansas a couple years. Now, I'm not talking like you got to actually go back a couple more years than what I'm talking about because normally we get blown out in those games by 1,000. But if you go back a couple more years, those Arkansas teams would lose those games. We've managed to beat Mississippi State in a close game, and we managed to beat LSU in a close game. This team has changed. We're a little healthier now, more motivated. I'm picking Arkansas to win the football game. I don't feel confident in the pick. But if we play well enough defensively, if we believe we can win, there's a chance. There's always a chance. I'm not expecting much. I'm not going to hold my breath hoping the Hogs beat the Tide of Alabama or Nick Saban, Sam Pittman versus Nick Saban. What a coaching matchup that'll be. But you never count them out. I'm going to live and die with the Hogs of Arkansas. I'm going to ride the Razorbacks. I think KJ Jefferson's going to have a good game. I think we're going to be able to run the ball better than we did against LSU. I think we're going to be able to pass the ball. I mean, Alabama's defense is okay. It's not great. It's a little better than it has been in the past couple of years, but it's all right. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. They struggled at Florida. They've lost to A&M. I mean, that's always a chance. If we don't go in thinking that, just don't have any expectations and you won't lose like Ole Miss did, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. You never know what might happen. I'm excited either way. I hope we give Alabama a chance, like a run for their money. I don't think we'll get any calls or anything, so we'll probably get screwed by the refs, but that's normal at this point. But
Yeah.
I'm rolling with the Arkansas Razorbacks to win in
I
Tuscaloosa
would
and
also
beat Alabama for the first time I've ever been a fan. They haven't actually beaten Alabama, I don't think, since like
like 07.
2005, 07 at home, 2003 in Tuscaloosa. So it's been a couple years.
Yeah, I think Arkansas will probably be the second best defense that Bama has played. I think A&M is a better defense.
I think LSU's defense actually was better.
You really?
Yeah, and not so the thing about LSU, and I think I talked about this a little bit on Monday, and we're spending a lot of time on this game. But the thing about LSU is LSU has talent. They've got 4 and 5 stars all over that team. They've always had it. The problem is they don't have a coach that knows how to utilize those players efficiently. So even though the LSU's defense is all banged up, they still got freaking 4 and 5 stars out there. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? They're good football players. So they're going to give you all they got, and they've been motivated. So LSU's defense right now is clicking. Now, I do think Arkansas's defense is better than Ole Miss's defense. I think Mississippi State's got a good defense. I know I'm going a big SEC rain here. Anyway, they're going to have a tough time with this defense. They kind of crushed Mississippi State, but I have faith that the game's going to be what it is. I like what's going on there. I'm count my expectations low. Like I said, never seen us actually beat Alabama. We've come close, but we've never beat them. So if they can keep it like it was in the Brett Bielema days at 14-13, keep it close, keep it low scoring, make good decisions, We'll see what happens. You never know.
Yeah.
Got to play better than we did against LSU, though. Good Lord. It's a tough game. All right, there's your Hogs. I'm going with the Arkansas Razorbacks to win the football game. Win in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's possible. It's not impossible, Ryan. Don't doubt the Arkansas
Not
Razorbacks.
impossible, but it's also
Unlikely. All right, I'm still rolling with them. If I come on here on Monday and they beat Alabama, oh my God. I will light a cigar on this show. I will have a cigar. I will have a bottle of liquor, and I will be just having a grand old time. You mark that down. If somehow Arkansas beats Alabama, oh my God.
I'll hold
I'm
you
going to be
to
the
it.
most ignorant person on the planet.
I'll hold you to it.
I will just be unbelievably ignorant. And you better hope Oklahoma wins. If that would be your funeral. If somehow Arkansas beat Alabama and Oklahoma lost to Iowa State, oh my God. Don't show up.
I might not.
Yeah, my God. I would be the cock of the walk. I would just be so ignorant, man. It'd be crazy. Anyway, that'd be amazing. I think opposite. I think Oklahoma's gonna win. Actually, I picked Iowa State. I think Iowa State's gonna, well, yeah, I think the opposite probably is gonna happen, but you never know. All right. Michigan State at Ohio State. Ooh, the line is minus 19 and a half. The over 68. Ryan, you're rolling with the Buckeyes of Ohio.
Yep. I think Ohio State's pass offense is just too much. And even if they can't get their pass offense going, they have a great run game. And that's just Michigan State just hasn't been able to stop the pass very well. It's not something they see a whole lot in the Big Ten. And Ohio State does the best in the Big Ten, at least. And it's in Ohio State. It's in Columbus. I just really struggle to see Michigan State pulling it out. I do think it'll be a close game because Ohio State does struggle against the run a little bit when they play good running backs. You saw it against Oregon when C.J. Friedel was tearing them apart. So I do think that Kenneth Walker II can have a big game here, and I think it'll keep it close. But that lack of pass defense, I think it's just going to kill him. I think Ohio State's going to win this game.
I agree with everything you just said. And I thought about this game, and that's what everybody's going to think. And it's because it's true. It's a fact at this point. Michigan State has the worst pass defense in the country. My take on it is, I heard this today in a podcast, and I really like what I was hearing. Michigan State, this is it. End of the line. You know what I mean? Like, this is where you draw the line. You are backed in a corner. You have no hope. Hopeless. You know what they're going to do. They're going to pass it down your freaking throat. Your back's against the wall. And I think for that reason, Michigan State might be able to be competitive in this game. Because everything you fought for in this season is on the line on Saturday, Everything that you fought for, all those hours, all that time, Michigan State, you're on the line. This is it, And there's also, this is weird to think, right? Because Michigan is ranked ahead of Michigan State right now. I think they're sixth, right? Sixth. I think Cincinnati's fifth, Michigan sixth, Michigan State seventh. Right now, I don't know if it's true, but Ohio State might be thinking in their heads, next week we've got to go to Michigan. We've got to play the Wolverines in Michigan. They're higher. You got that on your mind. You're thinking Jim Harbaugh, all them guys down there. The quarterback down there. God, I can't remember his name. It's weird. Cade McNamara. You're thinking about that stuff. I'm not saying it's a look ahead. I think Ohio State has Michigan on the mind because Michigan's the rival, not Michigan State, I think those factors in. I like Michigan State to win the football game. I think it's a risky pick. I don't know if they will win. I feel confident that they can at least put up a strong fight. So Michigan State, what's the line there? 19 and a half. That's so stupid. Michigan State will cover. So you take the plus 19 and a half. I'm picking them to win. I think they have a chance. Backs against the wall. Look at that spot for Ohio State. Those are my thoughts on it.
Okay. I don't see it happening like that, but
backs against the wall.
I hope it does happen. I hope it happens.
No, you never know. You always cheer for a little institutional chaos.
I would love it if Michigan State won the game. But
All right, let's move on to Iowa State, Oklahoma. I've got this pencil in my hand. What am I doing? Iowa State, Oklahoma. Line's -6.5 toward the Sooners of Oklahoma. The over under 59.5. Ryan's picking Oklahoma. Before we start, I did want to discuss this briefly. We talked about it a little bit before. Lincoln Riley rumored to go to LSU. Not a lot of like substance to these rumors, but I just wanted to hear your take on whether you think he'd leave. I think it's a lateral move. I don't think it's like a lateral is just like a straight line, right? I don't think he's actually making any progress. He might make more money, but I think at Oklahoma, he'll always have that safety. Whereas, he goes to LSU, different story. What do you think?
yeah, I have a hard time seeing him go to LSU, specifically for the reason that Oklahoma's about to jump to the SEC. I mean, you have one of the best recruiting classes next year. You have everything you want on your team except maybe this all-star defense. They just can't seem to figure out. I really don't see him leaving Oklahoma. They would have to offer him everything, really.
Well, they offered him $12.5 million. That's the rumor. That's a
Yeah.
lot of money. Nick
Even
Saban
then,
don't make that much money.
even then, I struggle to see that. I really do. I just
Yeah.
struggle to see it
The
happen.
coaching carousel is going to be fun, y'all. It's
It
going
will
to be
be
a lot
fun.
of fun.
Even
I
if
think it's
Lincoln
gonna be-
Riley does hypothetically leave and go to LSU, Oklahoma's still going to just get in there and coach, like a big coach.
Yeah,
Probably going to go for Josh Hoople for Tennessee, I would imagine. I don't know.
maybe Tom Herman.
I don't really see it happen. All the rumors don't seem to have a lot of substance. And even if he was offered, he's already said in his press conference that he's staying. Obviously, this is his word. But
Yeah, I don't know how much that means. Yeah, I agree. It's tough for me to see him leaving. But I should also note that Mel Tucker got an extension today at Michigan State. Since backtrack is just a second, he's getting paid a lot of money, a lot. I did also note that he will become the most highest paid African American head coach in sports, which is and kind of weird because I thought Mike Tomlin would be because Tomlin, Steelers have been there so
at
long.
college,
No, all sports ever right now. I think of all time maybe. But I just thought that was unique. I thought Mike Tomlin for the Steelers would be paid more, but I was wrong there. But anyway, I thought I would just note that. Anyway, yeah. So what are your thoughts on the game? You think Oklahoma wins it?
I do. Ever since that Oklahoma State game, Iowa State has just kind of declined. They don't look like themselves. It's like this. It's like they had this one game wonder and they just can't figure it out. After that, I think Oklahoma is way more talented. I think Caleb Williams figures it out. The defense seems to be figuring their thing out against Baylor and Texas Tech. So I think Oklahoma wins. I think it's a lot more than 6.5. I think Oklahoma should be favored more. I think that's ridiculous, but I think Oklahoma will win the blowout.
Yeah, I like Oklahoma. Well, I picked Iowa State. So you're thinking Iowa State? So 6.
You keep saying I'm picking Oklahoma. You don't
Yeah.
trust your pick.
I like I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of factors going on here. I'm switching to Oklahoma. I don't feel confident in Iowa State to do the job. I think y'all lose next week, not this week. I don't see Oklahoma. I'm gonna switch that real fast. Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma in this spot too. I think it's a bounce back. I don't think Oklahoma State's gonna be looking. I think they're gonna have their guard up, so they'll probably be focused in on this game, win it, and then next week is the one they lose again. So I'm definitely picking Oklahoma State.
Last time we lost to Oklahoma State.
Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter though, does it? That only matters for Michigan. That don't matter for Oklahoma State. That don't matter. When was the last time South Carolina lost to Clemson? Or last time Auburn beat Alabama? Or last time Arkansas beat Missouri? Oh, God.
When you look at the Oklahoma State rivalry.
I get it, man. It's not the past. We're here. We're now. We're here, presently, in the present.
For a very long time.
I get it. I hear what you're saying, but we'll talk about that next week. This is not a debate time for that. We'll talk about debating rivalries next week. I think Oklahoma wins this week. That's what you should worry about. Caleb Williams is going to be better. Lincoln Riley, have confidence in your guys, man. Oklahoma win. Closer than you think, though. Closer than the experts think. Iowa State covers. All right, Wake Forest. Man, we got bangers this week. Wake Forest at Clemson. The line's -4. The over-under is 56. The Tigers are taking on the Demon Deacons. Ryan, you're going with the Tigers.
Yeah. I was a little surprised that Clemson's favored, to be honest.
Yeah, they shouldn't be.
Going into this game,
That's
I
rigged.
had originally picked Wake Forest at the beginning of the week. I was like, I think Wake Forest can win. Then I heard Brent Venables talk about Wake Forest's offense, and he said that some reporter was asking questions like, what have they done this year? It's just so different. Why are they so good this year? It's like, they've always been this good. They've always had this great offense. It's just no one cared. It's just Wake Forest. Like, they've always been this good. Sam Hartman was very good last year too, and the year before that. So I think Clemson's defense is going to do a very good job at shutting down Wake Forest. It's in Clemson. I got a feeling they're going to pack out the stadium. At least I hope they do, because they need to. And Wake Forest defense is just bad. It's just awful. Obviously, Clemson's offense is horrible as well, but they show enough. They can get enough points to win this game. They've finally been able to crack the little curse, and they've finally been able to score in the 30s and recently in the 40s. Obviously, that was against UConn, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But I feel very confident for Clemson. I'm taking the Tigers. I think that Clemson defense is just going to be too much for Sam Hartman and Demon Deacons.
I tend to disagree with you, my friend. I wore the Clemson stuff. Totally forgot I picked Wake Forest, but whatever. I'll roll with it. I think the Clemson offense won't be able to keep up. I think the Clemson defense will let up points. They've done it all year. This is probably the best offense they faced all year. They let up points to mostly everybody. It's going to be tough for them. Wake Forest has not yet scored under 35 points. They're not going to do it this game. I don't think they'll do it all year, to be honest with you. I think they're just going to.
I think this will be the game.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at like Pitt, it's very similar offense in terms of production. 27 points.
Yeah, but the problem is, yeah, their defense is much better. I don't know. I just feel like Wake Forest has got it rolling right now. I mean, even though they lost to UNC, they still scored like an insane amount of points. I just don't feel confident in Clemson's offense being able to keep up if it does get out of control. Now, if it keeps level, like it could be like in the 30s or something like that, maybe like early, like 31, 32, I can see Clemson winning 35, 31. But if it gets any higher than that, I just don't see it happening. I think Clemson's defense does do a hold a little bit, but at the end of the day, I just have no confidence, none whatsoever in that Clemson offense. I think it's dreadful. Now with DJ Hurt and his mobility being weakened before, it was already bad, but it's worse now. And that going on, I just don't feel confident in them being able to do what they need to do to win. Years like this happen. I don't think it'll be like this forever in Clemson, but I think this year, this is just a year Wake Forest gets it done. I think they win the ACC Atlantic. Did I get that right? And this is the year that they're going to do what they need to do. So there you go. I think Wake Forest is going to win the football game. Go Tigers. So obviously, I think Wake Forest is going to cover because if I think they're going to win, they're going to cover. So I would go Wake Forest -4, +4. I'd like the over as well. That over is risky. I think it could end up being like 35-31.
Yeah.
Wake 35-31 Clemson, somewhere in that range. I just don't feel confident in that offense. That offense is so bad, man. It's a bad offense. Yeah. They only put 44 on UConn.
But I mean, to be fair, you also didn't play Kobe Pace or Will Shipley.
Yeah, man, but they're terrible, man. They should blow UConn out by like 80.
But
they're the worst. Clemson's offense is dreadful. All right, there you go. Michigan and Maryland. I looked at this, and I don't even know why Ryan threw this in, so we're gonna run through this real fast. I was like, I guess because we are a pro Michigan podcast. So I felt like, I guess that's why he threw it in. But I was like, this game's a wash. Michigan's going to rout The line's minus 14.5. I would even like if you could boost that, I would boost it up maybe to 21 or something like that. I think Michigan routes this team. Routes. They're gonna lock down that Tagovailoa kid, Tunga Tagovailoa or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The over 55. We're both going with Michigan. Any thoughts on this? Prevailing thoughts?
Yeah, I think Michigan's gonna win. I think they're gonna. I don't know if it'll be a huge blowout, but it'll be a fair margin.
It'll be like 28-10,
Yeah, something
35
like
to 35 maybe to 17.
yeah.
Large enough for it to be comfortable for Michigan. It could be a letdown spot, but even then, I just don't think so. Michigan's going to be gritting their teeth ready for Ohio State. So they're going to get past this. We know when that they got Ohio State,
Yeah.
All right, here's another big one for you for the six-way tie. All right, Auburn at South Carolina. The line's minus 10. That's ridiculous. The 10.5 for Auburn. The over is 47.5. Last time Auburn came to South Carolina, they lost. South Carolina has 2 night games. What are they doing over there in the SEC, man? What are they doing? I don't even know. The scheduling is insane. We got to play freaking Ole Miss, Auburn, and Georgia at 12 o'clock. But they give South Carolina and Auburn a friggin' night game. Good God. Anyway, whatever.
Clemson night game too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know who decides that. ESPN maybe decides that. I don't think it's on the SEC. But anyway.
On the SEC network.
Oh my God. Rigged. It's rigged from the start. I guess because it's in South Carolina, that kind of does make sense. I guess if it was in Clemson, it would be on the ACC network. That kind of does make sense. SEC's rigged. I think it'll be ACC refs. That's how that works. If you don't know, I think the ACC refs go to South Carolina, and the SEC refs have to go to Clemson. I think that's how that works.
It's hilarious.
Weird, huh? Anyway, I'm going with South Carolina. I think the only prevailing thought that I have that Auburn could win this football game is if you look back 2 years ago or last year, TJ Finley and LSU destroyed South Carolina. TJ Finley's the starter. That could happen again. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened again. It was like his only good game. So I don't know if these South Carolina people hold a grudge like that. They might not even think about it like that. Maybe. But I doubt it. South Carolina players, I mean, I don't know. The fans might, but I don't know about the players. They might even think about it like that. But, Auburn starting TJ Finley, I think it's a downgrade, to be honest with you. I mean, Bo Nix, is what it is with Bo Nix. You get what you get with Bo Nix. He's a junior. Did you know that?
Bo Nix? Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably going to be back.
Probably.
Anyway, I like South Carolina in this spot. I think they do enough. I think Auburn still has a very good defense. And Auburn is in a letdown spot, like I mentioned earlier. You got Alabama coming up next week. Everybody's saying, oh, Auburn's going to be Alabama. So, maybe if South Carolina, maybe if Auburn runs the football, crushes them on defense, because, God, South Carolina's offense is terrible. I mean, Kentucky survived a night game in South Carolina. Florida couldn't. But Kentucky did. Who was another team? They played at night there. I don't remember.
They're two night games, really.
Yeah. So, I mean, Florida sucks. And then, Kentucky survived. So I could see Auburn possibly surviving. It's hard to say right now. But, I just feel like South Carolina's got a little bit of momentum, even after the not embarrassing, but sad Missouri loss. I feel like there's a little momentum there for South Carolina, maybe to just try to push on to Auburn, try to beat the Tigers. They can't go 0-3 versus the Tigers.
So when I look at this game, TJ Finley is not a bad quarterback. And the South Carolina game last year was not Finley's best game. His best game actually came against Arkansas, but we won't talk about that. He's a good quarterback. I think it is a step down from Bo Nix, depending on.
Wait. No way. He blew South Carolina out the water. I mean, Arkansas only won because we missed a field goal. I mean, only lost because we missed a field goal at the end of the game. Oh, whatever. It's rigged.
He had a better statistical game against Arkansas than he did against South Carolina. Anyway,
whatever. Don't make me.
Finley's a good quarterback. I think he is a step down from Bo Nix, but he's far away better than what South Carolina has. I mean, I think Auburn will be fine. They still got Tank Bigsley.
Yeah, Tank's Bigsby.
Bigsby, sorry. Fantastic running back. I think Auburn will be fine. I think they'll win this game. It'll be close, but Auburn will win this game.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just factoring in that crowd, Willie V. But then I guess they did have a week to prepare. They knew he was going to be out. So TJ Finley has been practicing with the ones. It's a pipe dream. I'm just hoping it happens for the 6-way tie. But at this point, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. I like South Carolina. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not going to lose much sleep over it. All right. Billy Napier, right? That's that guy's name at
Yeah.
Louisiana Lafayette at Liberty. We're both. We'll run through this real fast. We're both going Louisiana Lafayette. Poor Abijah. Sad. Shout out to him wherever he is. Liberty
Right.
flushed.
Yeah, I think Louisiana is going. I think they got too much.
Yeah, I think they're a good football team. They were talking about him today. LSU would never hire him too. What's crazy? He
You know who
turned
LSU would love to hire?
who?
Hugh Freeze.
Oh my God, stop.
Hire a scumbag.
Yeah, oh my God. They need a clean program there.
They love hiring scumbags.
Yeah, they do. Les Miles, Coach O, both a-holes, yeah. All right, there you go. Louisiana Lafayette, we're both minus line at 4.5 to Liberty. What making me question my pick here? The over is 53. Ooh, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. I feel very unconfident right now. Syracuse at NC State. The line's minus 11.5. We're also going to run through this real fast. Over under 50.5. Syracuse. You're going with Syracuse. I'm going with NC State. I think being at home, defense too much for the Orange.
Yeah, so I think Sean Tucker for Syracuse, their running back, has been one of the best players in college football. If he was not a freshman, I think he would be a first-round draft pick, probably even a top 10 draft pick. Honestly, he's fantastic. Yeah. I think that they have a shot. Syracuse has a pretty decent defense. Obviously, they took Clemson. They probably should have beat Clemson. They took Wake Forest to overtime. They've beaten Liberty. They beat Florida State. They're a good team. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a close game no matter what. Whoever wins, it's gonna be close. It's not gonna be 11 points. It's gonna be like a field goal most likely. But if Sean Tucker's playing his game, Syracuse win this game.
All right, there you go. All right, Oregon at Utah. This is kind of a big one. We got two big ones here, I would say, that we need to talk about. What are we looking at? Oregon, Utah. Sorry, I got distracted there for a second. Dyslexia. The line's -3 to Utah. Over under 59. Ryan, Utah is going to blow Oregon out. It's going to be a slaughter. Now, if I would come back here on Monday, it's not. I'd be shocked. I mean, they're going to destroy Oregon. Oregon's played all these close games against these crappy opponents. Something's got to give. And this is going to be the week that it gives, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oregon's got a tough stretch. They got to play Utah, Oregon State, and most likely Utah again. It's in Utah. Utah has been pretty good. They weren't great last week against a really bad Arizona, but they've been good overall. Oregon has not impressed me after that Ohio State win. Ohio State win was impressive, and after
that's
that,
this is the Stanford loss is abysmally bad. UCLA doesn't look great now.
Doesn't look great. I think Utah wins this game. I think it'll be close. I don't think it'll be a blowout.
Oh, I think they're going to smack them.
I'm taking Utah.
I'm going with the Utes as well. I think they're going to smack them. And I think if they play again, they're going to smack them again. I just don't think Oregon's got it. I think they're overrated. If you put Oregon in Ohio State, I truly do believe this, and I can't believe what I'm about to say. If you put Oregon back on Ohio State's field again, Ohio State wins by 30 tomorrow. They play again tomorrow. Ohio State wins by 30. They caught them in the early season. They had no chemistry. They didn't have it going. Ohio State, I believe that wholeheartedly. Ohio State win by 30 tomorrow. 30. Blow them out. Smack them. I truly, truly do believe that. But, I just don't have any confidence in Oregon. I don't have any confidence in those Pac-12 teams. Those Pac-12 teams are just goofy. I have confidence in one Pac-12 team now. I think Oregon State is the only good team. I like Oregon State. They probably lose goofy games too. I haven't watched their schedule, but I like Oregon State. I like Oregon, Utah there. My God, sorry. Virginia at Pitt. The line's -13.5 toward Pittsburgh. It's so stupid. I like Virginia. Virginia, 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 Virginia. I like the offense. They're going to score a lot of points. Their defense is god awful though, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. I want Virginia to win. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I'm going Virginia. I really might think Pittsburgh might win. I think Pittsburgh might like crush them, but Pittsburgh's got good. Pittsburgh, good team now.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that looking back on that Tennessee Pittsburgh game, that was really like one of the best games of the season.
I
Like
know.
two great teams going at it. We just had no clue.
No idea.
No
Um,
idea. I watched it on like one of my side laptops. I was like, look at these two garbage teams being garbage. They stink. No, I was totally wrong about that.
wrong. This game is in Pitt. It's in Pittsburgh.
I think that
Steelers
matters as well.
Stadium. I think that
Yeah,
helps.
Heinz Field.
And I think Pitt's the best team in the ACC right now. I think they're better than Wake Forest. They have a great offense. Kenny Pickett is killing it right now, and the defense play is pretty good too. It's not the best in the ACC. Obviously, that's Clemson, but I think it's right up there. I think they have a very good defense as well. They can shut down big offenses as well. I do think it'll be maybe more of closer to a shootout, but I think Pitt having a competent defense will be the game changer in this game, and Pitt will win.
Yeah, Pitt, it's tough. That defense for Virginia is bad. I like the kind of idea of resting Virginia's quarterback. That was a wild move.
It was wild, yeah.
Yeah, that's NFL stuff right there. That guy must think he's in the NFL or something, Um, you know, when we get done with this, we got to talk about something right before we quit. I like Virginia though. All right, let's run through these last couple ones real fast. Nothing too much here. Texas State at Coastal. Coastal, Grayson McCall back or no? Do we know that yet or no?
Not back.
Not back. I still like Coastal. Texas State's terrible. The line's minus 21.5. Over is 59. Under. If you're making a play on that game, under. I like the under there. Arizona State at Oregon State. The line is minus 2.5 to Arizona State. Over under 60. I think Oregon State. Me and you both picked Oregon State. I think that's a good play.
Let's go Beavers.
Arizona State's not as good as we thought they were. It's at Oregon State, probably at night. Every game they play in Pac-12, I'm pretty sure they don't play any day games. They play all of them at night. Yeah. So, there you go there. UCLA at USC. I like the colors in this game. I've always big color game. You got the blue, the gold versus the yellow and the red. Nice colors. A lot of colors going on. If you like colors, this is the game for you. If you're colorblind, this is not the game for you. The line is minus 3 toward UCLA. The over under 65.5, too small for UCLA. Hammer UCLA. I think they blow USC out. They're terrible. Is Anakin Skywalker playing? Do we know?
He's playing. But they're like switching quarterbacks, like back and forth.
Like Steve Spurrier said, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got 0 quarterbacks. I like UCLA big here. UCLA wins.
Yeah, I like this game a lot. I mean, it's a rivalry game. It's fun.
Yeah, it's just a fun rivalry game.
Right before rivalry, gets you amped up.
What time is this game?
UCLA. I like it a lot.
What time is this game? Do we know? I'm looking at it right now. I don't see it on here. Fuck, my freaking dyslexia kills me every time. I swear. Looks like it might be at night. I mean, during the day. That'd be crazy. Is this on Friday? No? Is this tonight? Louisville versus Duke tonight, if anybody cares about that. Why are they playing this game this week? Oh, yes, USC plays Notre Dame next week or something. They're playing at 4 p.m. on Fox. So what is that, like a 12 p.m. kickoff? God, they hate them California teams. That's a terrible time. That sucks for them. Yeah. Oh well. I don't even think home field matters. No one goes to California. Not when they're not winning. They got to win for people to go to them things. I like UCLA in a blowout there. Oklahoma State at Texas Tech. I threw that in there. I don't know what the line is. I thought it was worth mentioning. Oh, Texas Tech had a big win last week, didn't they?
Beat Iowa State, yeah. 62-yard field goal to win it.
I think Oklahoma State probably beats them pretty handily, but I figured we'd throw it in here anyway, just to have it in. Now, if they lose, that'd be crazy. They could.
I think Oklahoma State.
They wouldn't be surprising. All right. You think Oklahoma State's going to lose?
No, I think they're going to win.
Oh, I think Oklahoma State's going to win,
yeah. Oklahoma State's going to win.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially if they want y'all next week and they want to be pretty much cleaned up for it. All right, SMU at Cincy, kind of last game. This is a big one. This is one of our bigger games this week. SMU did have that tough loss. I don't think it matters too much. Line is minus 13.5 to Cincy. No way. I love SMU plus 13.5. Cincy's been playing these tight games recently. I think that affects them. SMU can score points. Cincy's just, they're surviving, by a thread here. I like Cincy in this. I like Cincy to win, but it's going to be closer than the experts think.
You think you're taking Cincy?
I am.
Are you not so fast, my friend?
Oh my God. You have Cincy written down. No way. Oh my God. He's our what do you call that? The SMU? The Pony Express?
The Mustangs are winning this game.
Oh my God. You even wrote Cincy in there to lay me off.
One of the best quarterbacks in the country, most underrated in Tanner Mordecai. He's thrown the most touchdowns out of any quarterback.
Where'd you buy that hat at?
In FBS. Shut up. Cincy has not been blowing out teams that they should be blowing out.
Yeah, I just said that.
First quality team they've played in a while.
I agree with all that.
Pretty much since Notre Dame. I think SMU can go into Cincy and get a win.
And they almost lost to somebody. Who did they almost lose to a couple weeks ago?
South Florida, Tulsa, and someone else.
Tulsa's the one I was thinking of. That was like fumbled the ball on like the goal line or something like that at the end of the game.
Yeah. So I'm taking the Mustangs, SMU all the way.
Ooh, I like that pick. Ooh. I don't think so. I think Cincinnati's going to win. Big. No, I don't think it's big. I think it'll be close. Let's talk about this real fast. Let me find something real fast, Ryan. We'll kind of round out the games with this last. Let me pull it up on my phone real fast. Ryan, while I'm doing this, you want to look up some bowl projections? Anything fun? Go to Big Game Boomer and see what he's saying.
Oh my gosh. Let me go to Big Game Boomer.
Big Game Boomer, yeah. Go to Big Game Boomer and see what he's saying. What do we got? All FBS. Let me find something real fast. And I want to bring this.
Our current bowl projections. Let's
just name like the ones people like Arkansas.
All right. So Clemson is no longer favored, according to this guy, to go to the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Ooh, where are they going?
Now USC, South Carolina, and UNC. I'd be interested. I actually don't even see Clemson on this thing. I think he forgot to put Clemson in here. No, wait, never mind. I see it. All right, I found it. It's Clemson versus Oregon State in the Cheez-It Bowl. He thinks Oklahoma's going to go to the Military Bowl.
That sucks.
Forest.
That'd be fun.
All right, so the Orange Bowl, which is a playoff game. He thinks it's going to be Ohio State versus Oklahoma State.
This is Big Game Boomer.
Cotton Bowl. Yeah, this is Big Game Boomer.
Yeah, he's Cotton Bowl. Oklahoma.
Cotton Bowl is going to be Cincinnati and Georgia.
If y'all lose Oklahoma State, Baylor goes over y'all, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that crazy? Y'all will make it. That'd be nuts. So you have to beat Oklahoma State. Who would go then? Would it be, I guess Oklahoma State, you play them again, right? Because even though you beat them, they still beat Baylor.
I don't know. I haven't really looked at it, but probably.
Yeah. So we do have an 11 p.m. game, so that's pretty exciting. I'm trying to find my problem team on here. Once I find them, I'll let you know. There's a team in here called the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, and they are a problem. They're playing Georgia Tech. Notre Dame has not lost but one game. And I don't think when it comes to it, that Notre Dame gets in the playoff. So my question to you as we wrap this up, let's say in theory, right? Alabama beats Arkansas, they beat Auburn. They go to Georgia, and they play Georgia in the SEC championship game, and they lose to Georgia.
Okay.
And then you have maybe, I don't know, Ohio State or Michigan, right? And you have an Oregon. Let's say Oregon loses to Utah. And let's say somehow Cincinnati loses to SMU. And these are all hypotheticals. You're sitting there with a 2-loss Alabama. Let's say Ohio State makes it. So you got Georgia, Ohio State, maybe Oklahoma State. I don't know, someone like that random. And you're sitting there and you're looking at it. Does Notre Dame get in over Cincy? even though Cincinnati beat them, even though what Cincinnati has one loss, or does Alabama get in over both of those teams, 10-2? That's
I
my
think
question to you.
losses automatically disqualify
Because Notre
you.
Dame's not going to win anymore. I mean, they're not going to lose anymore. They're going to beat Georgia Tech and they're going to
You
beat
know,
USC next week. So,
when you look at this, you look at Bama. Who have they really beat? I
oh,
think
they
their
haven't
best
beaten
win,
anybody.
their
Miami's
best win
garbage.
is Ole Miss, right? If they have
Yeah,
two
I
losses,
agree. They lost
two
A&M. That
losses,
would be one of their best
I
wins
don't
now.
see that happening. Now you look
Florida
at
looks
Cincinnati,
terrible.
a one-loss Cincinnati versus a one-loss Notre Dame. I don't know if this playoff committee, they're horrible. I think they're straight garbage, and I can see them doing this. But Cincinnati beat Notre Dame in South
I think they
Bend.
put Notre Dame in over Cincinnati.
I can
I
see them doing that.
absolutely
Stupid.
agree.
It's stupid. They don't care about anything.
It'll be about the
But
marketing. It'll be about Notre Dame's in the playoff. They might not be that good, but they're there. They're just there.
logic, logic would
We
say,
all know that
"Oh
Notre
my
Dame's
God,
not any good this year. And if
yeah."
they played
Logic
Georgia
would
right now,
say,
Georgia would crush them.
"Oh, for sure." But logic would say that Cincinnati, oh my gosh, they went to South Bend and they beat Notre Dame. They should go if they're both one losses. Um, and then again, like if it came down to, let's say, since you went undefeated, Georgia, and then Ohio State or Michigan, whichever wins that. Then you kind of get into an argument of
Michigan.
Notre Dame versus Oklahoma State / Oklahoma. Let's just say those two. I think the Big 12 team would get or should get in
I think they would
because
too.
they have bigger wins. I mean,
Yeah.
Notre Dame's
Oh,
biggest
to
win.
Notre Dame. I know it only has to come down to it'll come down to if Notre Dame has any shot, it won't come down to like a Big 12 team. If they're like if Oklahoma State or Oklahoma, manage to be only have one loss throughout that whole process, and they go, and they do their thing. Oklahoma State's getting in over Notre Dame. Notre Dame only gets in if like chaos happens. Like you get Cincinnati losing and then Alabama loses and then maybe, I still think they put in a 10-2 Alabama over and or 11-2 Alabama over a Notre Dame. This is an interesting thought to have. A little playoff
Yeah,
discussion.
I mean, this
It's all
playoff
rigged.
committee has been just absolutely abysmal. They clearly don't take head to head into account. They don't take in wins and losses into account. I don't even know what they take into account, but they're just not. They're not good. But whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. I just like to announce right now Arkansas beat Northern Iowa 93-80.
Nice.
So in basketball, so exciting for the Hogs. I didn't get to watch, but we got to record, got to work, got to get to work. You know what I mean? All right, this is the end of the pod. I'm gonna go through these real fast just to see if there's anything big we missed. Nebraska at Wisconsin, maybe. Something to keep your eye on. I don't think Nebraska wins, but that'd be a nasty game. Baylor at Kansas State, maybe.
Okay.
That's a letdown game for Baylor, big time.
Well, Kansas State is what, 7-3?
Yeah, they're not bad. Yeah. Florida at Missouri. Who's worse?
Yeah, it works.
That's a nasty game. Can Kansas rebound at TCU? Oh my, oh, not rebound, but keep moving, keep it moving. Let's see if there's any more on here that's worth anything. Virginia Tech and Miami. Oh my God. That's nasty as well. I don't see many more on here. Colorado State at Hawaii at 11 p.m. That'd be exciting. Yeah, I don't see any more. Appalachian State at Troy would be fun to watch if you're into that kind of crap. Yeah, but other than that, I think that's all the big ones. Let's see what's on Friday. Florida State at Boston College, maybe. Kind of interesting. What do we got on Friday? Anything worth noting? Memphis at Houston. I can see Memphis winning that game. And there you go. There's your college football final. There you go. We'll be back on Monday next week discussing the weekend. Hopefully Arkansas will be triumphant over the Tide of Alabama, and we'll come back. Next week's going to be wild and weird. So we're going to have a couple episodes dropping. I think we're going to probably have 3 next week. You'll have one drop on, I think what we'll do is we'll have one drop on Monday, normal. You'll have another one on Wednesday, preparing you for an Egg Bowl in Arkansas, Missouri. And then we'll do the Saturday slate as well. So you'll have the normal Friday episode on Black Friday. So there you go. That's what I think we've got going on right now. Maybe we can throw that Arkansas because we'll just do 3. I'll do 3 episodes next week. So if you're interested in that, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Good episode. Good episode. A lot of knowledge in this episode. Good knowledge episode. If you like knowledge, good episode. Not a lot of goofy antics other than arriving. Where did you buy that SMU hat? On Amazon?
Yeah.
No, it's a nice hat. I like it. Pony
Thanks.
Express. Paying players. When everybody else was paying players too. They got robbed by that. All right, there you go. Thanks for watching the TNR Sports Show. I'll see you later. See you later, Ryan.
Yeah.
See ya, huh?